Last week, we defined soft dominance and discussed the skills required to operate within that role. And today we're talking about the seductive power of soft dominance, its benefits, its usefulness, and methods that can sink your submissive into subspace most effectively. There are many mental, emotional, physical, sexual benefits with BDSM in general, and even more so when it comes to dynamics with soft dominance. But for today's purposes, I'm covering the 3 biggest benefits that I've seen. Soft dominance is a great avenue for beginners because it's incredibly non-threatening and fosters a deep environment of safety and autonomy. Submission is incredibly vulnerable, and so as a new submissive or a nervous submissive or a submissive who has been abused, neglected, abandoned, hurt in the past, soft dominance is a great place to start because it allows your submissive to submit. Oh, we get them into subspace, but it still allows that new, nervous, or potentially traumatized submissive to still maintain their sense of autonomy. I don't have to move at a pace that I'm not comfortable with, which is a rule in general in BDSM, but most dominants really like, and I'm speaking personally, really like to push a little bit to, I know this is where you are right now, but you're here to grow, so let me guide you, let me push. With soft dominance, it's more of a coaxing, it's more of a gentle coaxing built out of that environment of safety and autonomy. Soft dominance also allows the submissive to spend a longer time in subspace. Now, this is often the case because of the pain-pleasure element. A submissive can be triggered out of subspace easier with pain, with the pain getting too much and them having to call their safe word or their slow word, and all of that beautiful energy where they're just totally wrapped up in a different universe comes crashing down because ow, I'm cramping, or it's too much, I have to call my safe word, etc. When it comes to soft dominance, we allow the submissive to maintain that environment and stay in that deep subspace because we're not introducing such heightened elements that would trigger them out of that headspace. And couples often find greater sensual freedom and intimacy in dynamics with soft dominance. And I believe this is in big part to what I was just talking about, that environment of safety and autonomy. Yes, we're building that trust. Yes, we're building that intimacy, just like a DS dynamic that doesn't use elements of soft dominance. However, because that submissive knows that your goal is not to push them and see what kind of level you can get them to, you know what I mean? They know that, hey, I can kind of explore at my own pace. My dominant is kind of my bumpers. I can hit the wall, and if I hit the wall, I run into them and they keep me safe. And if I go over here and it's not the right place for me to go, they'll kind of move me back here. But there is this sense of, yes, I'm being guided and I'm being held, but I still have a say over my own self. And me personally, I need that, demand that, and tolerate nothing less as a submissive. And this is a great segue into our next point, the usefulness of soft dominance with a switch or dominant switch woman. Now, for those of you who are new here, I am a dominant switch. In my everyday life with every single person I interact with, I am dominant. The one exception to this rule is my romantic partner. And even then, he's a switch and I'm a switch, and the percentages of our switches are both very high. So when he's working and I'm working, it's just vanilla activities, vanilla life. We switch often. He'll have a sweet little moment where he kind of gets a little soft and boyish and I get a little bit more dominant, and then we switch and I get really tired and I'm just like, I need a hug, and he becomes the dominant in that moment. And we do that all the time in our day-to-day life, except sexually. It's all him being dominant all the time. That's how he prefers it. That's how I prefer it. So as a dominant switch woman, I can attest to the effectiveness of soft dominance in managing, for lack of a better term, a feisty as fuck woman. Because I found that there are typically two main types of dominant switch women. One, she wants her trusted partner to consensually overpower her. So she responds positively to aggression, and she will pick up on the subtle dominant energy from a soft dominant, which you can often quickly build from as a soft dominant to really escalate it and intensify it. So there's that kind of dominant switch woman, and I actually used to lean more toward that side, right? Until I got burnt. And so my style of submission has also shifted. She wants a safe place to rest. So she responds to gentle guidance and support. And a great word picture here is it's not like a hand pushing down on your shoulder. It's like a palm scooping up under you. In either situation, with either type of dominant switch woman, what happens? We end up in their grasp. It's just about what we as the dominant switch woman are looking for and will respond to. But either way, soft dominance can serve you very well. I opened up this topic to my Instagram community and I polled them. What does your soft dominant do that most effectively inspires your submission? And here are their top 6 results. Number 1, their soft dominant offers praise and affirmation. 2, their dominant shows that they care. And the submissives express this in 3 primary ways: affection, caretaking, and setting rules or boundaries for their submissive. Their soft dominant also gently coaxes their submission in words, tone, expressions, gestures, or instructions. Their soft dominant makes their submissive feel emotionally and mentally safe. So what we were talking about earlier, that environment of safety and autonomy. Also, their soft dominant uses calm but stern speech. And finally, their soft dominant uses that look. If you're a vanilla or a newbie, you were probably like, what look are you talking about? Every submissive knows exactly what that look means, okay? I'm gonna try to demonstrate for you guys that look, okay? That look means you fucked up as a sub. You overstepped, you misspoke, something, and shit's about to go down. Let me demonstrate that look. So if you're not already following me on Instagram at LXerotica, go over there and give me a follow so you can participate in all of these polls that I do with my community. But if you didn't get a chance to participate, submissives, go ahead and comment below and let me know, what does your soft dominant do that most effectively inspires your submission?